man saw his friends and I thought, oh my god, look at his face. Who cares if he's underage? Time to ruin your life, babe. Wait, what? Nothing. I'm not a spider bite. To hear my album you'll have to pay. It costs $13.99. Sold a million in a few days. My god, I'm so rich. Some people say I'm a greedy bitch. Now I am painting his portrait. Can I please get off the hand? I'll say your rest. I am the double of evil. One day soon I will rule the earth. But I got this cute boyfriend. And I gotta put her in this first. This is how I always do it. I cast a sweet love spell. And once they're in my web, I'll become the girlfriend from hell. There's a mean YouTube guy with a song parodies about me. I would like to see him die. Is Bart Baker the one you mean? That's right, Bart Baker. I'll crush him, that hater. Then why did you copy him? Say what? You read the comments on YouTube about this video. Fans say you stole this plot by acting nonsensical. I always been this way. You are totally insane. What's wrong, sweetheart? You look scared. Oh my god, you're the devil. The worst fucking nightmare. I'm a friend of Satan. It happens every single time. There's no chance of him escaping. So don't you even try. No gonna snap his painting and get holes in his clothes. Your stuff is to kill you, baby. Dating Satan clothes. You're fucking to be tortured. And you'll be sacrificed. For you will resist. And by the power of Christ, I can shoot out unclean spirits. Live forevermore. Or like a man you can be God in the name of the Lord. If somebody called me, I think I heard my name. I was next to recording a new song for Hunger Games. From a farming in exorcism, your emotions trapped in hell. The power of Christ compelled you. Demon be expelled.
Hey, what's up, guys? It is Monday once again. Last Monday, we went through the next 7 chapters of The New Kid, and this week we're going to be doing the next 7 chapters of Can't Evan Think Straight. So, I'm trying to think. I don't even remember what happened in the last chapter. It's been a while, so yeah, I keep forgetting to do this. I feel like a total ass for not doing this because I used to do this and I realized that I haven't been doing it lately. Maybe it's because I've been out of the swing of stuff because thanks to my other channels and everything else. Okay, so in the last chapter, Evan and, at the end of the last chapter, Evan and Sebastian, Evan went to his dad's room because his dad works at the school, and he asked if he could have a ride home from school because apparently his best friend has to go pick up his mom, and Evan doesn't want to deal with that. So, and then apparently Evan's dad asks him to take the books that apparently got mistaken to his room, went down to the science room, and Evan says, I can't lift them all, they're too heavy for me. So yeah, and then he said, Evan's dad says, Sebastian, can you please help my son take these down to the science room? And then they are walking back, and then apparently Sebastian asks this. Why do you act so strange around me, Sebastian asked. Do I make you uncomfortable or something? I gulp. I felt the truth rising in my throat again. This was it. I'm going to tell Sebastian I liked him. I opened my mouth to let the words spill out. Chapter 8. Sebastian, a voice had me jump in surprise. I snapped my mouth shut and sent up a silent prayer to any god that existed that strike Murphy O'Donnell dead where he stood. Murphy stepped up in front of us and cocked his head to the side curiously. What are you two do roaming the halls? Sebastian, don't you have study hall? Well, yeah, Murphy. Well, I don't have to go die class. I don't have to go to that class. Yeah, I have an amazing comeback. I know that it's one of my talents. Sebastian nodded. Yes, I do, but I was helping Evan carry some textbooks down to the science wing, he explained. Oh, Murphy said. So, do you want to hang out after school? Sebastian shrugged and nodded. Sure, he said with an easy grin. Awesome, my cousin is coming up, but we can all hang out, Murphy said. I watched them in annoyance. Murphy was trying to take my man again. I was so not happy about that. Sebastian was mine, mine, mine. That sounds like a fun time, Sebastian said. Murphy glanced at the clock on the wall nearest the sign. I have to get going before my teacher wonder where I am. Bye, Sebastian. Bye, Evan. It says said, but I don't even think that's politically correct, but whatever. He gave us a small wave before moving down the hall a little ways and into one of the classrooms. Sebastian and I began to walk again. I kept my eyes on my chucks, realizing that I couldn't confess anything to Sebastian. I could let anyone know I was gay. I already had some homophobics on my back just because they were suspicious. If anyone found out, I'd begin the shit beat out of me. Out of me by, well, best not to think what about those stupid homophobes. So how long have you and Rory been best friends for? He seems to know you pretty well, Sebastian said, breaking the silence between us. 13 years, I said, grinning a little as I thought how we became friends. Why the grin? Sebastian asked curiously. Because I stole his juice box from him in preschool. He got mad, so he took it back and beat me over the head with it until the teacher pulled him off me. He told me he hated me and I was a jerk. I told him he was funny. And we became the best of friends, I said cheerfully. That makes no sense, Sebastian said, laughing. Sure it does. I'm irresistible, I said. How did you and Murphy get to be friends? I tried to think back and remember them being friends before I met Sebastian. When I moved here, he was the first person who talked to me. And it just kind of clicked, he said with a shrug. Wait, you haven't always lived in this town? I asked in shock. How had I not known about him? Well, this certainly hadn't been on his Facebook. Oh my gosh, Facebook, jeez. This story's pretty modern. Not that I stalked him or anything. Evan, you have. It's not even funny. Well, I stalk some people on Facebook to see if they're gay and if I like them enough. Sebastian shook his head. Nope, he said. I moved here in 5th grade, and Murphy was the first person that talked to me. He and I sat together during lunch on my first day and started talking. Then we started hanging out, and now he's my best friend. He flashed a breathtaking smile. You were in our class too, you and Rory, but you guys didn't start talking to me until Murphy forced me to become social. I was always shy. How could he be shy? Jeez, oh well. Sebastian sure as hell didn't strike me as the shy type. He was always very friendly to anyone, regardless if he knew them or not. His charm almost matched mine actually. So you never answered my other questions, Sebastian said. What question? I asked in confusion. Why do you get so strange around me? He asked. I'm mentally cursed. I have been hoping that he had forgotten about that. Damn. I don't know what you're talking about, I said with a shrug. I act normal around you. Totally normal. Don't act weird at all. Definitely not immediately by your good looks or captivity by your incredible eyes. Nope, straight as a guy can be, completely casual around you. Evan, you're as straight as a circle. Well, sorry to question on it. Then Sebastian said, completely fooled by my brilliance. We walked back into my dad's classroom. I found to myself, I didn't want to leave Sebastian. I finally have an actual conversation with him and not making a fool out of myself. Evan, you better get back to class. Thanks for your help, boys. Dad said, standing up and coming over to me with my passbook in his hands. I already filled out your pass, he said, handing me my passbook. And yes, I'll bring you home after school. Come to my classroom at the end of the day. Thank you, Dad. I grumble. Stupid Dad, how could he not see that I didn't want to leave the room? Well, go on, Evan, get back to class, my dad said, pointing at the door. I can take a hint, I whispered, spinning around and starting towards the door. A warm hand closed over mine, sending me a jolt of electricity at my arm. I jumped in shock and spun to face Sebastian, who had his face dangerously close to mine, the usual smirk plastered on it. You didn't say goodbye, he whispered, his breath tickling in my ear, causing me to shiver slightly. I looked up and said goodbye to him, and my eyes landed on his. They were a smug look as the sea-colored eyes. It grabbed me and pulled me in and drowned me. Sebastian cocked his head to the side and smirked, never leaving his face. Well, I'm waiting, he said, his voice just still a whisper. This time crawling down the side of my neck, waiting for what? I asked, pulling back into the familiar trance of my goodbye. I didn't want to say goodbye. My brain was screaming at my mouth to shut up, but my mouth just flickered its middle finger. I kept going. Oh, and why not? Because, I said. Evan, get your thoughts under control. There were people in this room watching you. Hell, your dad was watching you too. You could not go screaming about your sexuality right now. Because why? Because, I shrugged with myself mentally, I tried to fight off the truth. Not here, not in front of my dad and all the kids in the study hall. I couldn't let this slip out now, because my right foot is bigger than my left. Sebastian slowly released my arm, feeling electricity staying behind. He bit his lip, and his shoulders moved up and down with silent laughter. Because your right foot is bigger than your left, he asked. I groaned. That's not what I meant, I said miserably. Evan, the bell is going to ring soon. Get back to class, my dad said sternly, coming over to me and giving me a light shove in the direction of the door. I have study hall, I whined. Well, I have to put up with you at home. I don't want to have to put up with you here, too, he said, pointing at the door. Go. You're a jerk. You're a jerk, I grumbled, crossing my arms and leaving the classroom. Once I was at a safe distance of the classroom, I leaned against the wall and squeezed my eyes shut tightly. I gently brushed my fingers over the spot where Sebastian had gripped my arm. It was still warm and tightly from his touch. Gay. I was definitely gay. I opened my eyes and stared down at my arm. Had Sebastian been flirting with me just now? I mean, I know I was sexy and irresistible, but I didn't think I could turn a straight boy gay that fast. Hell, Sebastian didn't even know I was gay. Only Rory knew. Yeah, I had to be careful of that. If I started screaming my love for Sebastian, it would fly around the school. Everyone would find out I was gay, including my dad, and I didn't want to come out unless I was positive I could get with Sebastian. I made my way back to my study hall and sat down next to Rory, who had his head down. I shook him violently. His head flew up. He glanced at me and grunted before letting his head drop back down into his arms. I glared at him and began to shake him. What? He groaned, rubbing the sleep out of his eyes. What the hell do you want, Evan? I'm trying to nap. It's more important than your beauty sleep. It's not working for you anyways, I said simply. Sometime I can decide if I want to kill you and get it over with, or torture you until you beg for death, he grumbled. You have mental problems, I say, anyways. I quickly and quietly explained everything what happened. Rory sighed annoyed. Seriously, Evan, learn to control your mouth. I'm not going to be there to pull you away every time. As you just learned, he said impatiently. Rory, I whined. This is serious. What do I do? Either learn to control your mouth or get away from Sebastian, he said with a shrug. I let a horrified gasp. You're actually telling me never to talk to Sebastian again? I knew you were trying to steal him from me. Evan, must I remind you that I'm straight? He said, snapping a hand over my mouth. And I didn't say that. I said get away from him, at least until you can control your mouth. Which could take a while, knowing you. I won't do it, I said fiercely. Then you can embarrass yourself. It's not my life, Rory said, unconcerned. Rory, you're a horrible best friend. I'm so kind and considerate to you of all the time. And then you don't even care about my problem, I cried. Seriously, Evan? Get your head out of your ass and sexuality out of Narnia. I can't even handle you anymore, Rory said, shaking his head at me, folding his arms back over the desk. Don't put your head down, mister, I hissed, narrowing my eyes at him. He raised an eyebrow at me lazily. Well, what do you want me to do about it, magically hook up? What do you want me to do? Magically hook you up with Sebastian? Magically make everyone accept you for being gay? Magically make you stop being such a thick-ass drama queen, overdramatic narcissist? I am not a thick-headed or drama queen or an overdramatic narcissist. Thank you very much, I said, glaring at him. You live in your own little world, don't you? Without waiting for me to answer, he let his head drop back onto his arms. I huffed and pouted at him. Even though he clearly couldn't see me, I resisted the urge to give him a wet willy and glanced up at the clock. I just wanted this day to be over. I had too many close calls today. The bell exploded and Rory grumbled out the strings of curse words as he picked up his head and snickered. I snickered at him and went to our last class of the day. When the final bell rang, I grabbed my stuff out of my locker before going to my dad's classroom. He glanced at me and finished packing up his things before coming over to me. Ready to leave, he asked. I wouldn't be standing here if I wasn't, I pointed out. He rolled his eyes and gave me a slight shove towards the door. I pouted and we left the school and went out to the car together. I tossed my bag in the back seat and sat in the passenger seat. Walk that line like you don't give a fuck. You got the right to turn it up and get down. Electric shock. I can't get enough. I sang loudly as I waited for my dad to get in the car right. I snapped my mouth shut, my mind flashing the sensation of Sebastian's touch. I unthinkingly began to run my arm where it had been. My dad got in the car and we pulled out of the school parking lot. Well, when I got home, I hopped out of the car with him, and we went inside together. Hello, Gerald. Hello, Evan. My mom greeted as we came upstairs. So today, you remember me? I asked sarcastically. Evan, I can't forget you. Trust me. I just don't always know where you are, Mom said with a sigh. You're mean, I whined before spinning around and storming off to my bedroom. I shut my door and grabbed my laptop, sitting on my bed with it. I logged into my Facebook and began to mindless scroll through my newsfeed. Maybe there would be actually something interesting today. Whoa, I stopped and scrolled back up, my eyes wide at this picture on Facebook that I had posted about 10 minutes ago. Now, normally the picture would have concerned me. It was Murphy and Sebastian together. There were lots of pictures of them together on Facebook. They were always hanging out, but this particular made me jealous because a very, very pretty girl was clinging to Sebastian, and his expression on his face was extremely enjoying it. Author's note. I had to share this with you guys because it totally reminded me of something that Rory would have done to Evan. So this guy I was cuddling together in school and being all adorable and stuff, like I had my head on his chest and we had our arms around each other and he was playing with my hair. It was so cute. Yes, 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 love of my life. And then my friends started whacking us with a fucking shoe and dragged me away. I was like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. This is why abortion is illegal. So yeah, I have a love life and friends, and they are similar to Evan. Yeah. But anyways, I hope you guys are enjoying the story so far. I seriously have a blast writing the story and getting inside Evan's head is so much fun because he's such an idiot. So yeah, Chapter 9. What do you guys think is gonna happen? What do you think Evan's gonna do? Do you think Evan might actually confess his love to Sebastian? We're just gonna have to wait and find out. So yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow for Chapter 9. If can't Evan think straight, then I will see you guys tomorrow. And until next time, gays, okay? Just ask the GSA. Mwah!